What's going on, friends, family, my people? Thank y'all for tuning in today. I got a good one for y'all today. First of all, thank y'all for the well wishes in my personal life, but I got a good one. So listen all the way to the end because it can save your life or somebody's life that you care about. This is real important information. The next couple of videos I put out are going to be some of the most important videos I do. Hopefully they don't take it offline, but if they do, hit the like button, hit the share button, and download this. So we got to put this out to everybody. Everybody needs to know about this. Now, everybody heard about this fog that's going around. This fog that's going around across the world, right? You're not hearing so much about it, but it's still out there. I have a personal story about this. They trying to take these videos offline, so please listen up. This could save your life. I think it would really save mine. So some of this information will be graphic. Just letting you know right now, it will be graphic, but here's my true story. So if you haven't heard, this fog is global. We're getting reports from China, India, UK, the United States. It's all over the place. Some places like London are having reports of only 11 minutes of sunshine per day. 11 minutes of sunshine per day because of this thick, mysterious fog. There are reports of this fog all over the country, all over the states, all over the world. I'm in Southern California, and if you haven't heard what it did to San Diego, check out this clip. Somebody put a high beam flashlight to this particle fog, and this is what they saw. You ever seen this before? Look at this fog right here. Look at the way the beam go through that. That don't look like natural fog, y'all. That look like dust. So here's my personal story. A little over 2 weeks ago, we had this thick fog out here in Southern California for about 5 days. And 2 out of those 5 days, I had to work in it, and I took video. Here's the first video from the 30th. That same night, my throat was itching. In my line of work, I have to work outdoors for about half the day, and the other half the day, I'm inside of medical facilities. Now, remember that because that's going to be important to the story in just a little bit. Here's a video from the very next day. And just like the first video, after this one, my throat was itching that same night, but this time my eyes was a little irritated, and I started to recognize that it had a little smell to it. It had like a little chemical compound smell to it. It smelled like something that you'll pull from under your kitchen cabinet. It didn't smell like a natural fog. Then I started to put it together. This is not fog, y'all. So the very next day, I get up to go to work. Everything's fine, normal day, just a little irritation on my throat. And about halfway through the day, I couldn't breathe. It literally felt like my throat was being glued shut. All I could do was choke. All I could do was cough. And so I'm coughing, I'm hacking, I'm trying to get it out of my throat. I felt something choking me. It felt like it was glue in my throat. And then I coughed this up. The only way I could describe this, it was like coughing up a piece of rubber covered in glue. This is not fog. I worked outside for almost 20 years of my life, including in all conditions, including fog. This is not fog. Fog don't smell like chemicals. Fog don't burn when it gets into your eyes. And above all, fog has moisture. There's no moisture in this. I was driving in it for multiple days. You could look at the windshield. There is no moisture on the windshield. You could look at your side mirrors. There is no moisture on the side mirror. Think about this. We got to wake up, y'all. And if you haven't heard, this fog is going around across the globe, giving people respiratory issues. They're calling it the HMPV. Hospitals are filling up with people having respiratory issues. I can only imagine being like somebody that's elderly or a young kid or somebody that's having already respiratory issues before that, somebody with asthma. Like, I don't know how you would make it. I was literally choking, and I'm a pretty healthy guy, and it was hard for me to breathe. So an independent laboratory took a sample. They got a sample of this fog by collecting it off the top layer of snowfall. They was able to take this to the lab and they did an independent study. And one of the things that they found in this fog is a bacteria called Serratia marcescens. One of the identifying factors of this bacteria, one of the things that make it stand out is the color that it gives once it attaches and the bacteria starts to grow. It gives off this pinkish, reddish hue. It's known for that. Go back to what I had to cough up. The government loves to gaslight you and tell you, oh, it's just a normal fog. It's a phenomenon where the fog just stays low for a long period of time and we don't know when the next time the sun is going to shine. Yeah, fog has moisture, right? Fog don't smell like chemicals. It don't matter what they say. They're going to gaslight you all day. And for anybody out there that say, nah, the government won't do that to me. My government loves me. My government is in love with me. If you think your government won't do this to you, they already done it. Check this out. Operation Sea Spray. It was a secret biological warfare experiment that they did in San Francisco in 1950. And guess what they sprayed over San Francisco? Serratia marcescens, y'all. Now, they keep taking videos like this offline, but you know what? I'm going to speak up because if we don't speak up, they're going to keep doing this and go even harder. You got to let them know that you know what's going on. This is not no conspiracy. They've done this before and they keep on doing this. So we got to raise our voices. They know exactly what's being spoken about online, right? It used to be the hashtag. They used to look at the hashtag and see how many times certain words are mentioned. But now they don't even need the hashtag. They're looking at auto subtitles. They could target a word and see how many times and how many people are talking about certain things. So we all got to raise our voice and let them know we ain't having that. You ain't about to poison us. This is the government that you paying for with your tax dollars, by the way. The government that you paying for is poisoning you, poisoning me, poisoning your family, poisoning my family. That's not cool. And another thing not to sleep on is the timing of all of this. Look at the season that we in. It's cold outside right now, right? So most people are indoors. So if you're feeling a little sick, you indoors. This time of the year, you already indoors. So what do you need to fight anything? You need vitamin D. You need sunlight. So if they spray you right now or spread this bacteria right now and you already in the house, you're not replenishing the vitamin D that you are expending to fight this bacteria, to fight any sickness. I think the timing is very important to consider also. Oh, and did I mention they got fog patents on how to create the fog and how to dispense the fog? Anyway, vitamin D is super important, y'all. You always hear me on here preaching about vitamin D. There's two different ultraviolets that come down from the sun. You got ultraviolet A and you got ultraviolet B. 95% of the sun rays that come down are ultraviolet A. We ain't really using that. The other 5%, we got to siphon off of that 5% what we need to create that vitamin D, let it go through the liver, and then create something we call activated vitamin D, calcifidol. That's what we need. So if you indoors, you skipping all of that. You missing all of that. No medication is going to do you better than what's naturally here for free on this earth. But the bad news is if you are black or if you are brown or if you are an old person, you have less chances of absorbing the vitamin D from the sun rays, right? So us dark-skinned people, we got to do something called supplement. We have to supplement that. And there's a lot of good supplements out there. If you want to know how much to supplement, the easiest way to think about it is whatever you weigh in kilograms, you just add 2 zeros to that. So for example, I'm 90 kilograms. So that should be 9,000 IUs or 9,000 units of vitamin D that I'm taking personally. I can't tell you what to take because they'll shut this video down. They probably already are going to shut it down. But that's what I'm doing. Whatever you weigh in kilograms, you add 2 zeros to that. And that's about the units that you should be taking. And just a little side note before I get out of here, vitamin D is super important. So when you go to your general practitioner and tell them to test for everything, make sure you specify vitamin D. If you do not specify, check me for vitamin D, they will not check you for vitamin D no more. Why? That's a great question. If they check you at all, they might actually tack on an extra fee to check you for your vitamin D. Even though you've been paying your insurance, even though they're your general doctor, there still might be an extra fee to test for vitamin D. They're losing so much money because if you have good, efficient vitamin D levels, the chances are you are not going to be up in these hospitals like everybody else. So they cannot tell you how important vitamin D is. They cannot let that be known, because the last time they let it be known, the hospitals start clearing out. I kid you not. I will post a link to the video of a whistleblower who exposed that. This is real talk. So make sure you get your vitamin D levels up to where they need to be. All right, so with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, friends, family, my people. Don't forget to get your vitamin D levels checked. Get that checked ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. It is very important. I have another video coming out going more into detail about what to look for, what not to look for, and so on and so forth. But thank y'all. I'm doing good. Thank y'all again for all the well wishes in my personal life. I appreciate y'all. Peace.